I don't like where I'm at right now, so this is just honest. I think I'm... Hi, my name is Maddie, and my life is a mess. So if you're new here, hello and welcome. I've been documenting my eating disorder recovery journey, and if you've seen my previous video, you'll know that things are not going so great. Yeah, in a bit of a relapse. Since I posted that video that day, I have not purged since. So a little bit of context here. One, I hope you can hear me because the waves are loud, but I was doing really well in my recovery for about a year, and then since I've moved to Costa Rica where I'm working, things have just been really hard in terms of eating and meal times, and yeah, I had a bit of a relapse. So this video is going to be, let's get one thing straight. It's Hippie Maddie today. If you know me well, you'll know that in Canada where I'm from, I sometimes consume CBD and THC to help calm my anxieties, and in this video some of that has been consumed. So this is maybe like a high chat with Maddie. Maybe I'll start a series. Let me know in the comments below if you think I should start a high chats with Maddie series where I just talk when I'm kind of stoned. But I wasn't going to film this video, but I think I want to talk about my plan to get back on track and how I just wasted the past 88 days of my life. So, number one, getting back on track. I will, when this video has been posted, I'll actually be back in Toronto, Canada, where I'm from, where I'm going to try and live for a little bit of time. So yeah, I'll be back in Canada, and my plan is to continue to eat 3 meals a day, 3 snacks a day, solid protein, fats, carbs, according to what my dietitian has said for me. I'm not going to be tracking calories. That's the other thing, is when I left to come to Costa Rica, I was notoriously tracking calories, and when I arrived here, I stopped. Mostly because I didn't have the option. So I don't want to start that back up when I get home. I want to move away from calorie counting. I'm really sunburnt today too. Like, really sunburnt. The sun's going down too, and I really hope you can hear me as I said. So, yes, I want to stop calorie counting. I don't know if that'll be easier or harder. I don't know. I'm not going to measure stuff as I did before. And the other big thing is I want to get my exercise back under control. I want to set a limit. I'm not going to say go cold turkey on the exercise just because I know that I do want to exercise, mostly because I find it not encouraging, but like I get endorphin rush. I teach yoga, so I'll be doing a lot of yoga. But set a schedule, so you know, cardio for this long, this day, and I'm just reading texts that are coming in about things that I have to be doing, and I'm not doing them. So notorious about exercise and just making sure that I'm not overdoing it and having a good amount of rest days, and if a day comes up and I'm not feeling like I want exercise, then abiding by that, listening to my body. So yes, talking with my dietitian, my doctor, getting back on track, going back to therapy, because I want to get this under control. I don't want to spend the rest of my life thinking the way that I'm currently thinking, just in terms of like how my head is still so controlled with an eating disorder. I'm also right under a coconut tree, so if a coconut falls, I'm gonna die. Did you know that more people a year are killed by coconuts falling than by sharks? I love sharks. Fun fact about me. I have a really bad shark tooth tattoo. That's not interesting at all, but getting back on track with my recovery. One thing that I'll probably end up doing, if we're being completely honest, is weighing myself. I know what I was when I left, and I know that I'm more than that. I'm not gonna start throwing in numbers, but it's also like, well, why would you weigh yourself? Like, you know you've gone up. Why does it matter either? You've been in a different country for 3 months, your body's gonna change. But it's like, I'm just talking out loud right now, but I know it's gonna go up, but then I start guessing, well, it probably went up this much, or like, well, if it goes up this much, like, at least, I don't know, and only 3 things can come out of weighing yourself. 1, your weight's gone up, you feel bad about it, usually, not speaking for everybody. 2, it goes down, and even for recovery, going down can be a bad thing too. So it's like it goes up, so you're happy because you're getting back your weight restoring. So I can be happy that it's gone up because I'm closer to my set point, still have my period. 2, my eating disorder would be happy if it went down. I would be happy if it went down. Oh, I'm just realizing that. I don't like where I'm at right now, so this is just honest. I think I'm not looking for comments, but it's just like I think I'm overweight and I think I'm getting too chubby. Like my face is much rounder, my arms are bigger, but it's like, so one side of me is like, you need to lose the weight because you've gained so much weight and you have to get back to this body, but it's like, but you don't want to go back to this body because that was sick and that's restriction and that's calorie counting and that's torture, but also it's like ideal of what this body should be. And I don't know where I want to go to. I know that ideally I just want to wake up in the morning, eat avocado toast if I feel like it, or eat an oatmeal bowl if I feel like it, add peanut butter if I feel like it, don't add peanut butter if I don't feel like it, and then at lunchtime, if I want a Caesar salad, that's great. If I want a burger, that's great too. And then at dinner, do I want pizza or do I want a salad? Like really listening to my body, and I'm not doing that right now. That's where I want to be, and I want to just wake up in the morning and say, hey, today you've got a zit on your face, that's great, but like not care about my body. I don't want to constantly be comparing myself and constantly comparing myself to myself. I still look at old photos of myself where I'm like this big and I'm like, oh, I want to be that way, but it's like, no, you don't, because you were so sick. My thoughts are everywhere right now. Like, I'm sorry. Eating disorders suck. They suck so much. I was asked an interview question today that said, would you consider yourself lucky? Why or why not? And I said, yes, I would consider myself extremely lucky. I was born and raised in Toronto. 2 great parents, was sent to private school my whole life, definitely like well off financially. We never had to worry about food. We never had to worry about about money. My parents are still together. I was never sick really bad as a kid. No, the brothers were never really sick. I haven't had a really close death in the family. I didn't know 2 of my grandparents, and then my other 2 grandparents are still alive. Like I've never, so it's like, yes, I'm very lucky, but I've also had to deal with this eating disorder that has taken away so many years of my life. And I realized, like, I'm not going to say there could be worse things, because there can always be worse things, but I have the power to change my illness. Like I can do that. And like, yes, I could wake up tomorrow morning and say, okay, I'm not going to exercise, I'm not going to count calories, I'm not going to worry about my body, but you need to rewire the things in your brain. Like you can't just, it's not just going to change one day. So I think that I need to really work on rewiring my brain. Not saying, oh, I hate my body, and then going to, I love my body, but just kind of saying, oh, I accept my body. I would love to get to that point. I also look at the people that I admire the most in the world, and not any of them are like stick thin. Like, I don't want to be judging people for their size, but like some of them are a little bit heavier, and I don't care about them. Like if my best friend gained 10 pounds, I'd be like, okay, great. I don't care about other people's weight, so why do I care so much about mine? And then it comes to food comparing. Like, I don't want to be comparing my food to everybody else's the rest of my life. If I'm at dinner and I want dessert, I'm going to have dessert. And if nobody else wants dessert, that's their loss. I mean, how beautiful is this? Like, I'm in Costa Rica, and then there's the other thing I wanted to talk about. Oh my god, this is getting into quite a ramble. And the sun's gonna go down real fast. Why I wasted the last 88 days of my life. I'm not gonna say wasted, but I've been here for 88 days in Costa Rica, teaching yoga and writing and doing podcasts, script writing, and I arrived here thinking I wouldn't exercise. I gained the weight. You can probably see in one of my other videos, just being totally honest here. I was like, oh, I'm gonna come here and not exercise, and that didn't work. Why? I think one of the reasons is we've had really strict meal times and food plans. Like, there's no menu here, like you get what you get. So if it's falafel night, you have to have falafels for dinner. If it's vegan lasagna night, you have to have that for dinner. And there's definitely not a lot of protein, definitely not a lot of fat. So I've been lacking that, and I can't say, oh, I'm craving fat, I'm gonna go eat that, because if we're not being offered that at any time, like I can't just go and, eat a chocolate bar or whatever. So I've had to adapt for that, because I think I've been eating a lot of carbs, and I've gained weight, and that's fine, that's okay. And I forget what I was saying. Oh yeah, why was the 88 days? And I started to compensate with exercise. But then I started to get into the binge cycles. As I said in recent videos, I would start binging and not purging at the beginning. I would just be binging on like bread and granolas, and just, I was hungry, I wanted to satiate myself, and so it would turn into a binge. And I mean like a real binge, like where you're eating thousands and thousands of calories probably, and it just wasn't good. And then, as I told you in my previous video, then I started purging again, which I hadn't been doing in a year and a half. So I'm getting back on track. As I said, since that video was posted, I have not purged, but I think I wasted the last 88 days because I couldn't just let it go. Like, I was still in the binge purge cycle. I was still starting to think about things way more again, and I wasn't calorie counting and weighing myself, but it just rose in different ways. So yeah, that was my High Chat with Maddie, episode 1, season 1, what is my life? So, yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to title this. Anyway, that's all for now. So if you enjoyed today's video, let me know in the comments below. I feel like I should shout out to people. Those are on Hillary. I cannot remember your last name, but you message me all the time on Instagram. Thank you so much. You're doing a great job. Dorothy, you're always there. Emily, you're there. Everyone's there. I'm gonna forget people, but I love you all. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a great day. Okay.